What's going on, everyone? So, game 3 is here. The Los Angeles Lakers take on Minnesota, this time in Mini, right? Gotta get it back, right? I want this win badly. Game 3, obviously, look, all you got to do is split. Got to just win one of them, right? You win one of them, take back home court. Don't lose at home again. Series is over. You're good, right? Because Minnesota, they're looking at it as like, we don't have to win in LA again. We just have to make sure we protect home court. We just have to make sure we don't lose at home. Minnesota isn't so great at home that the Lakers have zero shot. I mean, look, you saw in the Denver series last year, right? Like Minnesota was losing at home and, Dallas series and all that stuff. So they're very beatable at home, even in the playoffs, even in the postseason. But that crowd's going to be electric. They're going to be pumped and excited because they got what they wanted on their end in LA, right? Like you're going into this war zone here, right? And the Lakers need to be prepared, need to be locked in, need to be invested, and need to be engaged. I want game 3 more than game 4 because, one, you show that you can beat this team twice in a row, right? Because remember, they won game 1. So if they won game 1, you win 2, they win 3, you win 4, game 5, 6, and then they win game 7, you lose, you go home, right? Like, even if you just kind of flip-flop, right? They're going to win 1 and 7, so they're going to win, right? Like, so Lakers, I would love to get this because it shows that you can beat them twice in a row. You can beat them at home. You have now put all the pressure on Minnesota. Now the doubt starts creeping in and all of the question mark, oh no, can we beat this team? Because you remember, first 2 rounds, Minnesota just kind of ran through last year. And then they played Dallas, and Dallas worked them, right? What happens if Minnesota loses this game? And now all the momentum is zapped and all of the confidence is zapped. And now the Lakers are building and now they're like, oh, see, look, you thought this was going to be easy, huh? Now the fans are starting to doubt, right? Fans are still looking like, hey, you're hearing all the excuse, which my favorite one is that the refs bailed out the Lakers when the Lakers had more fouls called on them and Minnesota took more free throws. But you're right, the refs bailed out the Lakers. I think it's hilarious, right? People just like make stuff up. But I digress, right? Point is like now those fans start creeping in. Right now those fans start like, oh, there it goes. The Lakers are going to win, right? Like, and you want that doubt. I want to put all the pressure on Minnesota. I want to see, how do you respond? Right? Because we got LeBron, we got Luka, we got 2 guys that have been there, done that, especially LeBron. He's seen it all, been it all, done it all. He's been down 3-2 in a series, going to Boston, right? And ended up not getting eliminated, ended up winning 6 and 7, right? Like LeBron has seen it all. Luka's been to a finals, been to multiple conference finals. He's been there. He's owned Minnesota. What happens when back's against the wall, Luka's cooking, LeBron, you can't stop them, right? You just lost 2 straight games, right? Like, I really want game 3. Because game 3, I know there's all the like, oh, well, team that wins game 3 wins 80% of the time, or what. All those things are irrelevant. LeBron has shown throughout his career, all those things are irrelevant. Like, the guy has had numerous series where it's like, LeBron has a 2% chance of winning and ends up pulling out. I'm not worried about that, right? But I want to try to zap them of their life immediately, right? You had the feel it out game. It's fine. Happens. Whatnot, right? But I want to, you bounce back in game 2. You did what you were supposed to do. You picked up the defense. You showed that, like, hey, we can play as physical as you want, play whichever way you want. You're not beating us. Right? Now you follow that up with a Minnesota team, first game at home, in Minnesota, feeling confident because they got the split. They did what they were supposed to do. Now they're like, man, let's just win these 2 games. And you just snatch that. Your brother's soul is mine. For those that get the reference, right? Like, you just snatch that. I can see this team completely crumbling. I could see Minnesota start to like, oh man, we remember what Luka did to us last series, right? Like, and look, there's been questions. I love Anthony Edwards. I have talked about on several, Anthony Edwards, probably my favorite player in the league. I love watching that guy play. I love that he talks trash. Like, people were clowning him for talking trash when they were losing. I actually love that, because how many players do you see only talk trash when they're winning? They're up 20 and they're just running their mouths yapping, right? It's like, all right, say that when you're down 20. Like, I love that Anthony Edwards, whether he's up 20 or down 20, he's running, he's talking, right? He's just saying a bunch of stuff, right? But there are, as much as I like him, right, there are real questions about him showing up in big games, right? Is he a guy that can be that guy in, a game 4, down 2-1, you lose this game, series is probably over because you got to go back to LA and you got to play LA twice in LA. You're probably not beating a LeBron and Luka team twice at home, right? Like, so there are all of those doubts, all of those questions start to seep in. You get into that game 4. Now you start smelling the blood in the water, right? Now the Lakers are like, oh, wait a minute. Now Luka and LeBron are like, here we go, right? This is what we live for. This is what we do, right? Are you going to be able to match that? Game 3, I think, is going to be very pivotal for the Lakers, right? Obvious, like, again, I when I talk about pivotal, I don't mean like, oh, if they lose, that's it, Minnesota's winning the series, right? I don't think it's anything like that, right? I don't think it's Chicken Little sky is falling. But the reason I think it's so pivotal is because I think game 3 will be the deciding factor of, is this a long series or do the Lakers potentially win in 5? Right? Because if Minnesota wins game 3, then it goes 6, right? I mean, obviously it has to, right? Because they won 2, right? But I also could see it going 7. Like, I think that's a real, like, genuine shot that it goes 7. Right, which, again, I would take Luka and LeBron in a game 7, one game just to win. I trust them. But if the Lakers win game 3, I think that there is a version of this where the series is over. Right? I think if Lakers win game 3, I can see Minnesota collapsing in game 4. Right? Especially if Minnesota has a good game in game 3, right? Like, let's say it's a good, hard-fought game. Minnesota's, looking like, uh-oh. And Lakers steal that and go in there and win that and show like, hey, no, like, you beat us because you shot the lights out. You made 21 of 42 threes. A high school team would beat us if they shot that well. Like, you're not beating us any other way, right? You start putting that doubt in their heads. You start showing like, oh, what did you do in game 2? You played as physical as a game. The refs let you. You played more physical in game 2 than you did game 1. And then when the wheels started falling off for you in game 2, you even picked it up a notch. All of a sudden, it became a football game, right? And we beat you. And then we went in your home, right? And we beat you. So unless you go 3 straight games shooting 21 of 42 from 3-point range, you're not beating us, right? Everything this entire series, I think, is over if the Lakers win game 3, right? If they don't win game 3, then obviously Minnesota still has life. Obviously Minnesota could win this series, but also you make it that much more difficult on yourself, right? Now you gave Minnesota just that much more confidence, and unless they shoot and knock down, 80% of or 50% of the threes or whatever, right? Now, again, if they shoot the lights out again and you lose, then again, you kind of justify and write it off. But if this is just like a game and Lakers just lose it, again, Minnesota now feels good because now it's like, okay, we didn't have to shoot 21 of 42 from 3-point range to beat you. Now we just proved we can beat you. Now they have the comp. Now everything is kind of shifting to their corner, right? Also, right now, Lakers can point to, you shut the lights. We had about as bad of an offensive game as we could possibly have. Now, look, Minnesota didn't have a great offensive game either, but Lakers just were missing a lot of wide open shots with guys that don't, right? Austin Reeves has been terrible offensively. He was much better in the second half, but has not been great offensively. LeBron James has struggled offensively. Right? Luka did not have a great game too. I mean, he was good. He was our best offensive player, but he wasn't like what he was in game 1, right? Rui couldn't buy a shot. Like, nobody outside of like Gabe Vincent, like nobody, we had 6 threes. So right now the Lakers are like, the only way you can beat us is by hitting 21 straight threes or 21 of 42 threes, right? You played the most physical game you could play. We made 6 threes and we still blew you out. We still smacked you, right? Yeah, I know it was a 9-point game, but Lakers won that game literally start to finish, controlled that game, and never relinquished the lead. Or like, it wasn't like they came back and did. You knew Minnesota was going to throw a punch, right? You knew Minnesota wasn't just going to lay down, right? Like, so right now, I think all of the confidence is still on the Lakers side. Media and everything is already starting, oh, Lakers, like, that's it. Like, you go and you win game 3, I think that's it. I think you win game 3. I think Minnesota just crumbles. And I think this series is over in 5 or maybe, 6 at worst, right? But Minnesota wins that. All of a sudden, I think this goes 6 or 7 minimum. I mean, again, it'd have to go 6, but no, I think 7 is a real possibility. But anyway, as always, this is a discussion. Basketball show on you. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. What do you think? Feel what your thoughts? Do you agree with me? Disagree with me? Kind of mixed in the middle? How do you feel? Whatever your thoughts are. Either way, I'd love to hear it. So let me know down in the comments below. That being said, if you haven't liked this video, hit that like button. Helps me out. So we enjoy these types of videos, and I truly appreciate it. Not subscribe channel, hit that subscribe button. Turn on the bell notifications. Appreciate y'all. See you in the next one. Thank you.